Hi everyone. Hello. Okay, cool. My name is Catherine Victoria Garcia, but a lot of you know me as Kat. I am a CHAD major, a third-year CHAD major minoring in recreation. And what was the last one? Was that it? Third year? I said I am a third year. Yes.
Okay, Kat, your first question is, what experiences have you had or skills you have learned aid you in building a curriculum for one like internship?
So, I have been a part of internship as a Lotus intern. I've learned a lot, even though my internship coordinator wasn't really present as much. I learned that there are a lot of struggles, but even through that, there are people there for me, and I really need to remember that. I've also had experience like teaching younger kids as well for my Filipino summer program for downtown enrichment, and I want to use those to really help the internship class.
Your next question is, as a returner, if elected, what can you provide to the 43rd Cabinet?
Like I mentioned, I've had like different experiences, but I took a gap year, and from that I got to, do my own internship. I had different jobs, but from I've learned so much, and I want to use that to bring to CAB, but also use my organizational skills and being confident in myself, and remind that CAB for the next year's CAB to be confident in themselves and really be there for them as well.
Todd.
What will you do to prevent cliques and favoritism?
Well, I know that I want to have different activities, especially icebreakers. So for that, I want them to really get to know each other so that they can build different relationships, and for them to not be in cliques, have them go into random groups every time.
Your next question is, what legacy do you want to leave behind should you accomplish your term, if elected?
For me, I don't want to leave my legacy, I want to leave internship's legacy. And for that, I want them to really be proud in themselves, who they've become, because that's really important, especially in life. There's a lot of struggles that you've gone through. There are your ups and downs, but as a class and being a part of a community, it's really important to take pride in yourself.
Name a past coordinator that you relate to and why.
Okay, well there's actually two. I would say Rogetto, Demetria, because yes, we are really close, but at the same time, we love our community so much, and we want to share that. But also Carl Cortez, because we are CHAD majors, but also structure. I love structure, but I will leave gap for improvement, of course.
Your next question is, the internship program is growing in numbers yearly, so what are your plans to accommodate this growth and interest?
Can you repeat that, please?
The internship the internship program is growing in numbers yearly, so what are your plans to accommodate this growth and interest?
Well, I want to focus on growing the internships class as individuals, but also help them remember that there is a community and their culture too. And for that, I want to provide different activities, different workshops, and also work with other organizations, because there's so much, and there are also different resources on campus. And I really do want to be there for my interns, do check-ins to make sure they're doing okay. So.
You will be allotted 1 minute for this question. There is an obvious tension between your interns, and they do not know how to separate business from personal issues. What are your steps to resolving this?
So if that were the case, then I would talk to the interns of the party and understand why this is happening, understand what's going on, and see what I can do for them, and afterwards talk to them as a group. But if I can't do anything about it, then I have to talk to the president or vice president, or even like ask alumni for advice on what I can do.
Your next question is, in your own words, what does it mean to be a leader? Oh, I'm sorry. And you'll have 30 seconds for this question.
For me, being a leader is being yourself, being comfortable in your shoes, really accepting who you are as a person. If you can't accept yourselves, how can you guide people? How can you be the best person to other people and encourage them to be leaders themselves?
You'll be given 1 minute again for this question. What are any new plans for this position, as well as your vision for being internship coordinator?
So I'm very intact with my community, and I have made a bunch of like networking and connections through being on Akbayan and other organizations. So what I really want to do is host an event where my interns would get to learn about themselves, what they really want to do in the future with alumni, having activities for them, and like seeing how, oh, this is how you would work in this field. And have them realize, oh, okay, do I really want to do this or not? But also like really doing more activities and icebreakers in the beginning, because I feel like, yes, it's a little scary to be a part of like a different group of people, but like once you get that chance to, you know, step out of your comfort zone, have a little fun, and like you get to understand like different perspectives. So yes.
Your next question is, what are your strengths and weaknesses, and how will it affect your program?
So my strength is also my weakness. I like to take a lot of things on my plate, and I know that I can do a lot. Like I truly do believe in myself, but that is also a weakness, because if I take on too much, then I won't be able to hold all the plates, and that will just shatter. So I've learned that I do need to take a step back if I need to. And from that, I have to also like remind the interns that it's okay to always push. Okay.
You are given 1 minute for this question. Internship requires you to be a leader amongst your peers. Name one specific time in your life you've struggled as a leader, and how was it resolved?
So I was last year's Community and Political Affairs Chair for Vibe 41. There was an event that I really wanted to do, especially for my community. It was for to help raise funds for family supportive housing. And it really meant a lot to me, but because the logistical aspect was not the best, we had to cancel it, and I did break down. It was hard for me, but my support system was there for me, and I realized that it's okay. This is only a step back that I have to take. It's okay. But from there, I was able to plan my rap conference, raising awareness amongst Filipinxes, which was Pieces of Us. And it reminded me of self-discovery, perseverance, and strength in numbers. So.
First off, I want to apologize for the other question. I didn't see how much time you had.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, it's okay.
So the next question is, how do you intend to instruct your fellow cabinet members to assign meaningful and informational tasks for your interns? You'll have 30 seconds for this question.
So I would actually talk to the CAB members individually and see what they would need help on, or like how they can help these interns become leaders and why it's so important, why their position is so important. Because yes, their position says this, but there is so much more to that. And that's what these interns have to understand, and other people as well. So, yeah.
Last question. Your interns are constantly posting photos with illegal substances and or under the influence. What do you do since there's a handful of them doing it?
So in the beginning of internship, I would like to remind them about professionalism and that Akbayan does not condone these kind of things. And if they forget that, then I would talk to them on the side whenever I can and just remind them why we shouldn't be doing that, especially since in life there are times when we have to be professional, and that, yeah. So if that doesn't, okay, cool.
Time.
Thank you, Kat.